So he acknowledges in this, what the fuck is this, like a note or a story or something? No, this is a note for sure, but like a note he posts on his story. You acknowledge that she's telling you she wants to go back home with her family. Why the is she not back home? I be telling you, bro. Just tragic, bro.
Take me where I belong, but our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it.
Like, what the do you mean we gotta push through it? She is a that wants to go back home to her mommy. What the you mean this not in our ideal situations? What? This not, bro. This just says to me, not only do you acknowledge that she is most definitely in uncomfortable scenarios being with you, which is obviously bad as considering she's a runaway, but you also acknowledge that you yourself are in an uncomfortable, not ideal situation, and that this could potentially go bad for you. And guess what? It did. It's baffling, bro. It's baffling. It truly is baffling, bro. Truly. You already know what it is, baby. You seen title and thumbnail. More and more information divulges in the David incident. But first, a little backstory as we do. If you had seen the last video we covered on the David situation, watching one of my glorious Slop Kings was Jit. We were going over more, obviously, information coming out about the whole David incident, in which, yes, a 15-year-old girl named Celeste was found in David's impounded Tesla in the front, because obviously, like I was saying in the last video, Teslas have their trunk in the front. But sidebarring that, we were going over more information coming out about how apparently, yeah, David was going to get married with Celeste and potentially was going to have a child. I know, it's horrible, it's terrible, very tragic indeed. Yeah, and then we were going over some information about how he's apparently been lurking around. Apparently, yeah, like, he had started his career off of Fortnite, and they had seen, like, within the last couple of days that he was active on Fortnite playing some matches or whatever. So, you know, information like that was crazy. And then obviously we're going over overall information connecting, you know, saying David to Celeste. But within that, we're seeing that the Hun, Miss Coco's crazy, Miss Coco Bird, we watched her video first, you know what I'm saying, when we first started getting information on this whole situation and covering it here. She dropped another video going over information, as we said, being divulged more and more as the days go past, you know what I'm saying, within everything happening. And seeing that David, as we were saying in one of the last videos too, that yeah, he's starting to delete everything. The cover up is definitely starting to happen here, and John's like his Reddit and all that, like apparently his Reddit has been locked down, and yeah, so same thing with the Discord too. So I'm not really surprised by this, but his bad works there, especially for evidence on the investigation, because any deletion of that is spoliation, and that does not go well in court. But like we said, the Hun Miss Coco Bud dropped a video going over some of that information, so we are of course here to cover it, baby, because of course that's what we do, CDST. So Trilly talks everything. Trilly does indeed yap everything every single time. Let's see what's going on with the David incident and how he's starting to delete everything. You already know, like we said in our intro, shout out to love with the Hun, Miss Coco Bud, Miss Coco's crazy. She cooks up every time. We got David is desperately deleting everything. Celeste was pregnant. Of course, if you guys want to watch the OG video by the Hun, Miss Coco Bud, down in the description. First link, sure to love, of course, with Miss Coco's crazy. Set name, and let's not waste any more time, because with this situation, not a second can be wasted. More and more info comes out, and we need to see it.
Okay, so David's home was raided. They found bags of evidence, and they also seized his computer. Now, I'm just waiting for when he's gonna get arrested.
We have some major updates on the David situation. There may be another victim. There is new evidence that there's a possibility that David wasn't the one that actually committed the act of ending Celeste's life. And lastly, David has responded. There's so many things he's desperately trying to delete and messages he has sent out since. So we're going to be getting into all of that in this video. Sit tight.
An update from the family of Celeste Rabez have released. They put on their Instagram story and state they finally got some answers today, which most likely either means...
Okay, that's good. So that means there's definitely going to be information, like hefty information coming out, like, you know, soon.
The blood test that came back was positive, and David Lee arrested sometime later today, or they found out the cause of death and have a time frame of when she was put into the back of the Tesla.
The family of the victim has also recently spoke out. As you can see, they have said, we finally have an answer. I seriously cannot imagine their pain. Imagine not knowing where your mom, sister, daughter is for an entire year. That would be beyond horrifying, and I really hope they get the justice they deserve.
I want to wish
Stamped in.
the family of Celeste Robez the best, and I hope people stop harassing the family. But I want to talk about these David supporters who are hanging on to this theory that the Tesla was stolen. No, this is not true at all.
Like, yo, that's like, even going back to the John, like, said before, like, yo, I've seen a lot of that with, like, a lot of heads saying, like, yo, this is, like, the parents' fault, like, yo, they should be arrested, all this different jazz. Like, yo, we could totally understand, because that's, like, definitely a thing that, like, it's, as we are seeing, like, with the information coming out, that, like, yo, Celeste probably had a troubled home life and things such like that. But at the end of the day, they still lost their child. Like, yo, they need to be able to mourn. Obviously, more info needs to come out. And obviously, like, not every home life is perfect. We talk about this all the time. Number one thing for truly family, your peoples. And family is not just, you know what I'm saying, blood. It's whoever you think of when I say family. Or the word love. But, like, sidebar in that, like, yeah, we can't immediately go on that. Because there was also heads coming up with, like, theories and conspiracies that, like, yo, David had paid off the parents to, like, so they were just ignoring this and, like, letting this shit happen. Like, yo, we obviously, as we're seeing, need more information to come out about this and all that. But off a base, just say, like, yo, the parents need to go to jail and all that, like, yeah, they lost their very young child, as we're seeing here. Like, yo, can we give them some time to mourn and more info to come out? Like,
His Tesla was never reported stolen.
Shout out to this creator for calling them out. And yes, they exist. David Defenders exist. They are like full-blown supporting him. And his music has now been streamed a lot. And at first I thought it was just like a thing with like, oh, they're trying to dissect his lyrics to figure out what hints he kind of gave out about
nah, he was on, like, Spotify's, like, Billboard, I'm pretty sure.
his victim. But no, people are making trends now out of his... He made a song about the girl that he allegedly ended the life of.
There's no fucking way people are doing trends of this shit, bro. Like, but at the same time, this is the internet in specific. Not even the CDST. This is obviously way past that. But like, this is the internet in the big 25. Of course, people are doing this shit.
And now people are making like romantic TikToks out of it, and it's beyond disgusting. There are diehard David fans out there, believe it or not.
But you want to know what's suspicious? Meet David's manager. His name is Josh Marshall, who coincidentally did not go on tour with David. And the neighbors of the house that David was staying at, which was being rented by Josh Marshall, the neighbors reported that the Tesla was moved multiple times before it was impounded. Now,
Is Josh Marshall, is he emoji?
Josh Marshall has very little information or pictures that are even public of him. But some important things is that he's from New York City, just like David. He was also a manager for Low Mosey and Smoke Perp.
Reminder that everything in this video is obviously alleged. It's what everyone has been coming up with, what everyone has been working with.
I'm wondering, because like some heads were saying that like the bull that was like the owner of his Discord emoji was his manager. Like, so I'm trying to see if this is the same connection, but obviously we don't know. But you know, that's up in the air.
The information we have, things can be fake, Discord screenshots, text, everything like that. So do not take everything for fact. Reminder that a bunch of this stuff cannot be used in court against David legally. So do not take all this stuff as fact right away. I'm just going to say that as a disclaimer.
And around 2019, he launched Mogul Vision. And a lot of people speculate his manager was the one who had access to the Tesla and was the one moving the car around. But remember, this is just a theory and all speculation. Nothing is confirmed yet.
A lot of theories have emerged since because he was on tour. Like, he was on full-blown tour when the body was found, but the body...
Yeah, and that's obviously like going to be his main alibi in this. Like, oh yeah, nah, like, obviously couldn't have been him himself because yo, he's on tour. Like, yo, he can't even be here. Like, there's no way. But bruh, like, again, like lining the Johns up. Obviously, the heads were saying that like her body would potentially have been in there for like up to a month. So, like, yeah, he obviously could have been on tour, like done this obviously. In the scenario, done this before he went on tour, and then obviously in the process of tour we find out the situation. Obviously it's on the news and things go on from there. So
had already decomposed, so there is a possibility that sadly that like he did already commit the act and then go on tour, but that is why theories are coming up that it wasn't him. Maybe he hired someone. There's so much speculation. Obviously, once again, no proof for any of this, but this is simply what people have been discussing.
Proof that David is a monster and that he knew exactly what he was doing. Let's start off with this lyric from one of his songs. He said, "I don't care about the law when I'm with you because I be breaking it all the time." Here's a picture that he put on his close friends. It is said that he would only post his relationship with Celeste on his close friends because obviously nobody could see it. And
well, yeah, at least in this factor, yeah, that's true. But like, yeah, he was definitely on the streams with her, at least like in some of the clips. Like, there was definitely that one clip where they were saying like, you know what I'm saying, what was it? David Celeste Epstein list or some shit like that. And then there was the one where obviously he was trying to get her out of the cam. So it wasn't just this Joe and the close friends that, you know, you would see them two together.
This is them together. This is a tattoo that the 15-year-old girl had on her finger. This was also posted to Instagram, and it said,
What the fuck? Wait, so she didn't just have the tat, like she had she had his name too. Yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, see, we keep just learning more shit.
as David. This is another Instagram story that he posted, but so cleverly he covers up her face.
If it is 100% confirmed that he was the one that did the act, I am curious. Once again, I obviously do not support him. I'm done listening to his music. Like, I'm never listening to it again after all this. But what I'm trying to say is I'm curious what exactly happened that caused him to take such, like, an insane action. Because, like, it's disgusting that he was dating someone.
Truly, like, honestly, if we're really talking about it, like, on the PR and optics, it's because he put himself in a fucked scenario. Again, within this, we're still trying to figure out, like, innocent until proven guilty, like, investigation. We're still trying to figure out if he was the one that obviously took her life. But regardless of that factor, yo, brother, you were most definitely with an underage girl that was on the run for an entire fucking year, dude. Like, either way, the situation he put himself in, bro, this shit comes out. Like, because, again, going back to the thing we talked about in the intro where, like, they were saying, like, yo, baby on the way in the Discord and shit, and, like, yo, his wifey in here, like, he wanted to marry her and all that shit. Bro, even if that were to per se happen, especially, like, they were saying, like, when she turns 18, yo, do you not expect anyone to ask questions? Like, okay, yo, she turned 18, y'all got married. That's cool. That's grand. That's fire. But y'all been together for a minute. We done seen y'all in Eclipse, and this was years ago. Yo, the math start mathing. It's like, yo, buddy, what the fuck is going on here, David? Like, now, either way, like, he really did put himself in a super fucked scenario, which is, again, stupid actions, stupid consequences. Like, and again, even barring that, like, it's just, again, a tragedy that a young girly pop lost their life. Like, it's fucking terrible, bro. But that's probably, like, that's like one of my prevailing things, I guess I would say, like, my prevailing theories or some shit like that, even though, again, like, forget the theories. We just need the investigation process to go through, and then, again, to see what's actually happened. But, like, it like, one of the things, obviously, I'm thinking in my head, or, like, one of the possible scenarios is that, like, yeah, he just did this, potentially, hypothetically, like, because, yeah, he was thinking hard on it. Like, yeah, he put himself in a fuck scenario. There was no way out of this shit. Like, yo, he was fucked. Especially when you want to be, like, a singer-songwriter, a famous singer-songwriter. Like, yo, heads are gonna ask questions, bro, especially since you're fucking famous. Like,
So much younger, but, like, out of nowhere. It just seems like it was so, like, uncalled for. Like, who just randomly kills someone and stuffs them in their car? Like, that's just so weird. Like, what exactly happened that caused him to kind of go crazy in a way?
Because she is, of course, 15 years old. This is proof that for 2 years in a row, he uploaded love songs on
facts. I did see the XQC thing where he was, like, piecing his shit together. Yeah, a lot of the things he posted, and I was talking about this in the last video too, like, where on his alt, like, being David's alt, like, yeah, he posted a pic of him and Hello Kitty on her birthday again. I'm like, shit is just fucking eerie, bro. It's fucking weird as fuck.
Celeste's birthday. Her birthday is September 7th, 2010. This is a missing poster that was actually being put on Facebook and social media by her family. Now, this one's a little bit confusing because it says she was last seen February 14th of 2024, and then there's another poster that says April 2024, so I'm not sure if she had a history of running away. This is another.
She did. If you seen with the clip with the teacher, we had seen that in the last video. Hold on, let me see if I can actually just, like, straight up find that. The teacher had explained, basically, well, I'm trying to find it, the teacher had explained that, like, yeah, she had ran away, then they ended up finding her, brought her back, and then, like, she was telling her story and all that. They ended up running away again. But here, let me see. Yeah, this is it. Good, babe, boy. Looking like spoilation. Yeah, I was saying that earlier in the intro, facts, because it was definitely be looking like spoilation if you're deleting shit out of the Discord and all that. Where's the part with the teacher? Yeah, here.
Her teacher came out and talked more about the David situation.
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. She's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. Came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back.
And there's another shit I was saying. It's like, bro, if David was even privy to the factor that obviously it was showing that she had gone missing for like a year, if he was at all privy to that, which even before that shit, TrillTalksEverything, we got shit to do. Come on, brother. Damn, you be having so goddamn much. They never told you to shut the fuck up. No shit, we didn't skip, right? Let's go back, bro. Oh no, I went back. Okay, this is a shit.
She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again.
God, Yeah, and then you see that was her teacher saying that, John. So yeah, no, she had a history of doing this shit.
Another photo from December 2023 of David and Celeste together. This is a screenshot from his Discord.
I'm pretty sure I have an answer to what she was saying about her missing earlier. She went missing about a month before she actually disappeared because...
Well, shout out to her, Miss Coco's crazy. Foresaw this, but like, just to show y'all, like, that was a teacher clip of that shit, so you know that shit is real.
Well, a few months before, for an entire month, because she was with him, and then later she left with him again, but that time she didn't come back. So possibly she was considered missing before for kind of a similar reason, but just this time she did not return. I could be wrong, but this is what I have heard when I was researching and looking through
You saw a teacher clip, yes, confirmed.
articles.
Where someone's saying he has a girlfriend, they're pretty sure he's dating, and her name is Celeste. This is, of course, the matching tattoo that he had with her on his finger, because obviously he couldn't put her name on his finger because she's 15.
Yeah, you're insta-fucked. Like, you're literally insta-cooked, like.
Proof that romantic lied.
But then, like, yo, looking back, if she put his name, like, bro, that's fucking him even worse, bro. Like, oh my god, if this shit is truthfully, like, where we have 538, let me find that flick, bro. Yeah, right here. If this shit is real, bro, this shit is even fucking worse than having her name on you, because you could at least plausible deniability it and be like, oh yeah, not that I'm giving this nigga strats or any shit like that, bro. It's not gonna work, bro. They bringing that nigga in for questioning and investigation. Investigation, but like, what was that shit? Nah, I couldn't. Damn it, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Trilly never beat in a dumbass allegation, none of that shit. I was saying it in the other vid, the last vid before this one, you know what I'm saying, covering this information, and I couldn't think of the word. It was interrogation room, that's what it was. Yeah, nah, they're definitely taking that nigga in for question interrogation for sure. But like, he could at least plausible deniability and be like, yo, Celeste is just some fucking, well, obviously not with the connection to his girly pop, but at least if he wanted to lie on that shit, be like, yo, it's just, I don't know, some fucking like quote or phrase or some shit, like you could just tie it back to some junk. Bro, if she got your name on her, nigga, oh my fucking shit is so fucked, bro. I swear. I just can't. Anyway.
Lied was uploaded on her birthday. This is another picture of them together, and on this one, I think they were on FaceTime with someone. The person who put this photo said, Celeste and David, don't let me sleep.
This is honestly crazy. Like, there's just so much stuff. Like, the Discord stuff, I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm a little bit more like, I don't know 100% if I would trust that, just because it can be fake pretty easily. But yeah, there is a lot of photos and stuff, and yeah, David definitely has a lot of explaining to do, which he probably won't end up doing.
Another photo.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm pretty sure the Discord and the Reddit, or at least the main Reddit, was locked. They made like a David not Discord, Reddit 2, and like now that's where like obviously all the information is being dropped, like if there's any new updates or any new information coming out. But like, yeah, the Discord and shit like that is definitely locked.
Photo of the girl with David while they were like video chatting. Okay, so pay attention to this one. This is a photo of Celeste and David that was uploaded by a user named Lamp. Lamp said, hey, who's the girl? David said, you are a fed. David later says, I know that he leaked already. We're literally preparing to sue him. He's about to owe me $30,000. This is a music video that he uploaded 7 months ago, which was 10 months after Celeste went missing, and it's a very scary music video where he's basically putting a body into a trunk and then burying it. And this is
like this shit. See, that's where it's like, cause yo, they talked about this shit all the time, especially if you've seen like within rap and hip hop with all the Ricos, like they're trying to use like rappers' lyrics against them within, you know, their crimes that, hey, let's give it a buck. A lot of these motherfuckers are definitely committing, but like this shit right here is a like, bro, 1 to fucking 1, bro. You're fucking putting bodies in the trunk of your music video, and now look with the real life case. That shit is so fucking frustrating. Anyway, like all for that bar. Like, yo, it's like, dude, it's looking so fucking like bad on his part for Merritt. It's like, yo, everything just points clearly back to you directly, like just straight up.
This isn't a separate video, but there's basically an unaliver standing in front of him at the edge of a bed.
He also shows a lot of in a lot of his videos. At least I've seen them in 2 music videos, I believe, and they're covered in blood. So that could be a hint at how the crime was committed. We don't know what exactly happened that led to her unaliving, but we know that she is unalive, so I just really, really hope that it wasn't in that way, because that is so disturbing and beyond disgusting.
This is another Discord screenshot that Celeste herself apparently posted. She was replying to another girl, and she posted this photo of David wearing a shirt that says, I love my girlfriend, and I'm assuming that that heart in the middle had a picture of them together as a couple.
yo, this nigga was really trifling, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, how? This is where I be ask, like, this is where I truly be asking the question, because I say all the time, you gotta, like, you know, look at different perspectives, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, like, imagine how they're looking at life and their perspective from the shit, so you could take that into account and be able to obviously formulate, you know, a better thought process. But I be telling guys all the time, sometimes it just doesn't work, that process, because you just truly cannot compute how a nigga how the fuck is a nigga thinking like this? Like, that shit truly blows my fucking mind. Like, there's no point in this where you were feeling like, oh, wait, this is fucking terrible. At no point, like, yo, that shit never hit you not once?
This is a tweet from May in 2022, and it is said that they were talking in 2022. He said, when I was writing this, I got a notification from you as you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. You said,
oh my god, bro, I swear, like, yo, it just keeps answering all the questions I was having. One of the last questions I was asking in the last video was like, okay, imagine this. Again, you're in these circumstances. You, one, know that she's underage. And then two to that, if you don't know, but in the hypothetical that he does know, that she was on the run for a year. Yo, oh my god, like, I think we all know the obvious and clear. Take her back fucking home. So he acknowledges in this, what the fuck is this, like a note or a story or some shit? No, this is a note for sure, but like a note he posts on his story. You acknowledge that she's telling you she wants to go back home with her family. Why the fuck is she not back home? I be telling you, bro. Just fucking tragic, bro.
take me where I belong, but our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it.
Like, what the fuck do you mean we gotta push through it, nigga? She is a fucking minor that wants to go back home to her mommy, nigga. What the fuck? The fuck you mean it's not in our ideal situations? Nigga, what? This not... Bro. This just says to me, not only do you acknowledge that she is most definitely in uncomfortable scenarios being with you, which is obviously a fucking bad as fuck considering she's a runaway minor, but you also acknowledge that you yourself are in an uncomfortable, not ideal situation and that this shit could potentially go bad for you. And guess fucking what? It did. It's baffling, bro. It's baffling. It truly is baffling, bro. Truly.
Take me where I belong, but our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it.
I did see this one on Twitter, and it was replying to a now deleted user, and there were a bunch of replies obviously telling him, like, David, what'd you do? You're evil, blah, 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 because it's resurfaced. But yes, I did see this one on Twitter, so this one cannot be faked. I know that Twitter stuff is faked a lot, but I did see this one on, once again, the user was deleted, so I guess there is that, but it is a tweet that definitely exists, so I can confirm it. I don't usually like showing screenshots of things that I can't confirm, because, once again, they can easily be faked, but I saw that one.
Was he insinuating that she wanted to go home and he wasn't letting her? There's also a since deleted Reddit post from a user named American Strawberry when the body was first found in David's car and nobody knew who it was before she was identified. This American Strawberry went on Reddit and she left a comment saying, like, I'm from the area. This little girl went missing a while back. I really hope it's not her, but it sounds like it is. And it did end up being Celeste. So people already knew about this. They already knew that this little girl was missing. They already knew that she kind of had a relationship with him because it is also said that he was paying the kids in high school.
Yeah, the local kids in the area, because like they were saying from the picture that was there, like that apparently Celeste had lived like a block away from there, like a block down,
to keep their mouth shut about what he had going on.
I have heard about the paying people stuff too a lot, and there's speculation. This is definitely speculation. I've heard some people in TikToks talk about how he paid their parents, which this
is what I was talking about in the intro, and yeah, I'm not going off of this, or not in the intro. I just talked about this like in the beginning of the video, but like, yeah, this holds no fucking weight until like I guess there's something that would be substantial for this, like substantially kind of putting this at least in a like stance to where this could be somewhat believable. Yeah, nah, I'm just like, yeah, there's no credit to this.
Seems like a bit of a reach, to be honest, but that is a speculation that's been going around. It's a wee bit more like it's a little bit different. Like, I don't know if I would say that right away without proof, because once again, the family, like, we should probably give them some time to grieve. But I'm just
Exactly. That's so creepy. Like, bro, Future sided that boy. That is exactly what I said. Like, you got to give the family time to mourn and all that. Again, they lost one of the young children. But even sidebar to that, if he was paying them off, right, in the hypothetical scenario that David is paying off the parents, wouldn't there be like a tangible way to visibly see this? Like, if he's giving them like thousands of dollars, I'm sure that would be spent in some type of tangible assets. I'm not saying they're about to go start buying diamond chains or some bullshittery, but you would clearly see like a lifestyle upgrade from them. And wouldn't that be something obviously visible to anyone that is in like their close like surroundings, like, you know, family, friends, anyone like that? Like, there would be more credence to that. And so far we haven't seen anything. At least I haven't seen anything.
I'm not saying I agree with them in any way, but that is some TikToks that I've seen. People have been saying stuff like that. I don't know how much proof they actually have to back that up, though, and if they don't have proof, it is kind of offensive.
David ain't do that shit. The other Celeste did that shit. Hear me out. The Twitch clip that y'all keep trying to figure out if it's the younger Celeste or older Celeste saying that David be talking to little kids, plural with an S. Soon she said that, delete everything. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Delete the whole thing, chat.
I mentioned this a little bit in the last video, but for those who don't know, it's basically, I'll show you it in a second. It's basically a live stream clip where they are both talking. It's allegedly, people believe it to be Celeste sitting next to David, and
oh yeah, it's definitely got to be the David Celeste Epstein like list. Yeah,
Celeste makes a joke about him being around kids that are not over 18, let's just put it that way, and he mutes it, says something, and then they immediately shut it off before he tells everyone watching it to delete everything. So people speculated that was Celeste that made that joke, but now people are saying, hey, maybe that wasn't her, that was something else.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of
fuck, bro. Like, when I see this clip, I wish the chat wasn't in the way, bro.
it's it's controversial of kids.
Well, that definitely is for sure. But again, yeah, I can see it. David Epstein flight list. Yeah, you can see her saying this shit in the chat. But I'm trying to like see her face more. Like, wait, fuck.
It's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Damn.
It's controversial of kids.
Hold on. I'm not gonna try one more. That's about the best we gonna work with, boss. No. Let me go back to this. Yeah, in the comments, what we saying? We were doing this on the last vid, trying to compare. I think it's high likelihood. This gotta be her. See, now I'm questioning myself. I know, like, from when we saw it in the last vid, like, hold on, let me see if I can pull it. When we saw it in the last vid, that was absolutely her. Like no question after seeing that shit. Hold on. Brother. Oh, straight baby off the rip. Hold on.
Girl in pink pants is Celeste.
The actual dude. Okay. Yeah, like, looking at this is 100% her, bro. Like, so now going back to here and then trying to compare the same image, like, I think that's it, right? I'm gonna say yeah. In my opinion, that's gotta be her. But again, we could still question it.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
But now people are
Nah, hold on.
Oh my.
This is something I never really peep game on.
Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
You see how, like, he kind of goes from smiling and joking to, like, serious, like, in his mannerisms? Hold on, I didn't even see this. Wait a minute.
But now people are
Oh my. Delete everything. Delete.
Oh, no, that's her, bro. That's her for sure. Like, looking at this angle, nah, that's her for sure. That's her for sure.
Everything.
But I'm looking at this nigga. Like,
Everything goes.
But now
yeah, nah, I'm looking at how serious he kind of was at the end. Delete everything. Everything goes. Yeah, I'm sure you want that shit going, nigga.
people are speculating with the idea that possibly that may not be her in the clip. That may be a girlfriend of his that knew about her and was jealous in a way, so she mentioned that to kind of get back at him. Once again, this is a full speculation. We don't know.
Nah, I think it's her.
But this is definitely something that has been
my personal opinion, but I think it's her.
going around, especially on TikTok.
Now, what if that older bitch knew that her nigga was the younger bitch and she got jealous because of that shit? Since we all being TikTok detectives, the homicide love.
Hell nah. See, that's the thing. Like, TikTok detective, you're looking for more information. Again, like, we creating speculations and theories, but like, especially when you're doing that, you have you heard of an like educated or like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it's an educated hypothesis or like, yeah, an educated guess or some shit like that. Yeah, that would literally be a hypothesis. But like, yeah, you would kind of more or less want to go off of that. Like, okay, what information are we privy to? And then you'd make hypotheticals off of that. Like, where the fuck even? Hold on. Just take a step back. There's another Celeste? Like that's something I didn't even like actually just start registering. Like where is there pictures of this other Celeste? Like
Love song. That came out in 2022, y'all. Y'all gotta let that shit go. She was alive in 2022, 2023, 2024. Come on now. 2025, half of 2025 too. Then y'all talking about them. He dropped a video on her birthday while he creating the fucking room.
But she is not alive right now, and that is a problem because obviously if she was not associated with David, she would still be alive.
He a weird ass anime.
And like no matter like in like even in again like not even in the hypothetical that he was the one that took her life, it's like yeah, she was definitely found in a car in a Tesla that was signed to him. So and obviously we're seeing a bunch of pictures and all this shit. Like she was definitely associated with him. So these cause and effect, butterfly effect, like actions led obviously to her death. So if she was not associated with him, we could presume that in a different timeline, yeah, she would be alive. And that's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's the fucking thing we would want. The fuck?
It's not clear. Let's be for real now. All anime consists of killing, blood,
okay, like
swords, knives, katana.
okay, again, I can understand where this argument comes from because it's like again, like the thing I was just talking about this earlier. It's like the one-to-ones. It's like okay, I could totally understand if you're like a normal bull or whatever, right? And you got like some edgier works. This is kind of the Jones we were talking about with Melanie Martinez, except in her case, yeah, she was hypocritical because you know the stuff she would talk about, especially like directly, like I mean not directly, specifically at least. With the Crybaby John, bro, she was not going through any of that, so kind of crazy. But like within the stuff that he's talking about, you would presume, yeah, he's not actually doing this shit. It's just like expression through like you know, in the art of music and all that. You know, making cool music videos to represent the visuals of like what your music is pertaining around. But it got real again. So now when you correlate again like David's music videos like romantic homicide and all that to scenarios like this where he literally in a romantic homicide is putting a body in a trunk, what has happened here? It's like yeah, we can't really be like nah bro, come on. Like this is again like the video games argument too, like or she's trying to pull this, like she's trying to pull the like what people usually say off the video games argument, like you're like nah bro, don't trust me bro, these fucking music videos, these I mean not these music videos, well getting into that, but these video games and all that shit bro, that shit is not causing heads to do crimes in real life, and I would fucking agree. But in this scenario with David, it's like yeah bro, he wouldn't do this shit he's doing in his music video in real life. Well, it looks like he's connected to a scenario that looks very similar to his music videos, so it's like what at what point am I gonna correlate that? And that's I feel like the part that she's ignoring from this.
Even when he covered his face with that little mask thing, that's all that anime emo ass shit I be talking about. That's what I'm for shit.
Okay, I like this creator's.
I could agree, but even still to that factor, it's like, yo, look at the scenario that has happened. Can we not start aligning things? I say it all the time. I'm sorry, bro. When we got two values, at some point we're gonna do math. Like this shit is gonna add up to a sum, multiply to some shit. I don't know. Like that's like at some point, like
speculation on the possibility that may have been a girlfriend instead. But I feel like anime is kind of a reach. Like
that's thank you.
Girly pop.
Thank you to the Miss Gogo Burke. Guys, I'm like, yo, this shit is like, this is legitimately inverse video games argument. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, we can't use that one here because, yo, the same shit that is looking low, or at least very similar shit in his music videos and his visuals and his art and all this shit is like looking very, very, very similar to this scenario that is a real life thing in which, you know, a young 15-year-old girl lost her life. Like, it's looking bad. Like, we can't just be like, yo, this shit happened in anime. He just, bro, this shit happened all the time, bro. Come on. Do you know the nigga was watching Demon Slayer and shit? Like, bro, come on. Like, bro. Or whatever the fuck this nigga's probably watching. He's probably definitely watching some crazy ass shit for sure. But sidebar in that, it's like, nah, we can't just write it off. That shit is, nah, that's not like a possibility at this point. There's too much connecting lines.
Just because you watch anime, and I don't even watch it personally, but like, just because you watch it doesn't mean you're gonna go and like end someone's life. Like
exactly. I deadass watch anime every fucking day of my life. I'm definitely not about to go out and be like, yeah, man, let's take him out. The fuck?
That's kind of like a reach, I feel like. So I did agree with the first part, but I think she kind of lost me in the second part. And it is true that he did like anime a lot, and he was very open about that. He did cosplays, he did all that stuff. But I feel like that is a bit of a reach. And in cases like this, stuff like this, when there is something that gets a lot of attention, people start to want to blame things because it's hard to see, like, how did someone just do this? Like, how can you do something so terrible? And, like, the motive isn't clear. Like, why did he do it? Nothing would justify it. How could he do this to such a young kid? And so people start, like, looking for things. That's what always happens in scenarios like this, but I feel like anime isn't to blame.
David has responded.
Anime is not to blame at all for this.
Not with words, but with his actions, because last night David was playing on Fortnite on the casual reload 0 build mode, and out of
Bingo.
the entire game session, he had only one victory royale. He's also been seen unfollowing large creators who speak out against him. For example, Lacey from Bay said David was on his viewers list on the stream, and then he unfollowed him.
David was in the viewer list.
Yeah, just who gives a fuck? That nigga's life is fucked, so who cares?
On my stream, and he just unfollowed me on Twitch. Is that, like, that's creepy, no?
He's also been seen following Celeste Rebez's brother off and on again. He's turned off his comments on all of his social media platforms.
And I don't know why he does that. Maybe he just can't stand the...
It's like, it's just creepy as fuck. Like, yo, this nigga's just lurking around seeing what heads are saying. It's like, yo, brother, I'm not gonna hold you, gang. You need to just sit there and really, I don't even fucking know, just wait for the police to be like, alright, interrogation time, because nigga, it's over, bro.
fact that people are turning on him and he's in like denial or something, who knows? Maybe somehow he's innocent, but even then he'd have to prove that he didn't have a relationship with this girl when there's just so much stuff pointing towards.
He can't, and that's what I'm saying. He's fucked. He put himself in a fucking lose-lose scenario. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, if again, we're stripping it all the way down, like, and obviously the forefront thing is that, you know what I'm saying, the young girly pop Celeste lost her life. We need to, like, you know what I'm saying, more in that shit, because obviously a young girly pop should not have been in this scenario and should definitely not have lost her life because of this. But bringing it down bare base optics PR, like I was saying earlier, bro, he's just like, nigga, he fucked his optics up doing this shit. Like, that's just straight up what it is. He truly fucked his optics. This is a scenario no matter what. If you want to be a famous singer-songwriter, someone who is constantly in the public eye, a public figure, yeah, having yourself connected back to things like this, yeah, you're gonna get fucked, bro. Like, as we're seeing, like,
the possibility, guys, possibility that he was in a relationship with her, even if somehow he didn't do the awful act, like, he would still be, like, his reputation still...
Yeah, he's boned. Like, he's completely boned.
...over because of the fact that he had a relationship with her. And let's, like, there's just so many reasons why, like, I mean, at this point, dude, your career's over. Stop being in denial. And apparently he is cooperating with the police. I heard that from multiple different people, multiple different news sources, all this stuff. So who knows? I guess we're gonna find out soon.
And he's apparently going back through his old reposts on TikTok and taking down the suspicious ones. If you didn't know, David has a bunch of weird-ass posts, but the most concerning one was where he cuts up chicken and compares that to cutting up a girlfriend. But what's interesting...
What the hell? I never seen that shit.
But the most concerning one was where he cuts up chicken and compares...
I want to clarify, he didn't make the video, he reposted it. Actually from David, me if I see her talk with other dudes.
Compares that to cutting up a girlfriend. But what's interesting about him playing Fortnite is it's speculated from David's Discord server that him and Celeste Rebez met through Fortnite around 2021, which is leading me to speculate he might be deleting messages from him and Celeste because he's definitely not getting any crowds on Fortnite.
I was gonna say, like, who the heck would play Fortnite at a time like this? Like, how the heck could you do something like that? Like, at a time like this? Like,
when it all fails, you always revert back to, I guess, the start, or just like what is comfortable. I don't even fucking know, bro. It's just, again, all fucked. But even still to that, yeah, I don't even fucking know what stance from his stance, like, yo, he better not just be deleting messages between him and Celeste, because that is just immediate spoilation. That shit is immediate spoilation. Like, that is going to get you fucked ass fucking backwards, straight raw doggy style in court, bro. You're getting cooked for that.
Your brain explode, but at the same time, like, let's say the possibility that he did commit the act of ending her life and putting her in the back of his Tesla. How the heck, like, I know that, like, this is something that happens a lot with evil people, but, like, how can he just post TikToks? Like, I know I'm not the only one saying this, but how can you just go on your day, post TikToks, like, fun little TikToks, make funny little trends, do silly little things, go 6'7" and stuff. How can you do all this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, yo, I know the terms don't, like, they're not medically induced, but, like, yo, because, you know, obviously they didn't change the Johns up, but, like, this would be definitive psychopathy. Like, yeah, like, this would be like, yeah, nigga, you're a fucking psychopath, bro. Like, this shit is crazy.
While having a 15-year-old's body in the back of your car, like, how can you act so normal?
And, like, not be fucking phased, like, again, in the hypothetical that he's the one that took her life, and just, like, be doing normal shit day-to-day, popping out on the Jason the Ween streams and shit. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, bro, that shit is truly scary as fuck. Like, you don't know what, like, bro. See, that's one thing, like, on the philosophy tip that kind of does scare the shit out of me. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, you will never truly know what someone is thinking unless they directly tell you. But even within that, yo, not progenitor as in, like, I'm on these books, but, like, yo, we always stamp in on the Trexicon the 5 stats. Heads could be pathological liars. Heads could be playing the victim complex. Heads could be cry bullies. Heads could be playing plausible deniability at every moment. Heads could never take accountability. Like, bro, I don't even fucking know if what you're saying to me is actually the truth. Like, niggas should be lying, and that's the, like, one really scary shit. Like, bro, heads could seem so genuine and, like, fucking truthful and seeming like they, like, yo, they really give a fuck and all that shit to your face, bro. And in their head, they like, bro, fuck him, bro. Like, I'm about to really snake him the fuck out type shit. Like, bro, behind the back type shit. I'm like, never. That shit, like, let me not even fearmonger on that shit, bro. Like chill, bro. Because, again, this is why I always stamp in. You need to keep the people around who have your bench and sure you can grammar for shit, who have your best interests at heart and you have theirs, because obviously those are not the people you gonna fucking snake out. You love them. Fuck. Like, it's dumb. But yeah, bro, that's really some scary ass shit right here. Like,
I would be eaten alive inside. I wouldn't be able to function. And if I somehow did that, like, I just don't understand. Like, how can you act like normal? Like, I'll never understand.
Like, that shit, like that shit would be causing me physical pain, bro. Like, I would, like, that shit would be just like, what? Like, this shit just bro. Not. Oh my god, bro.
After watching the interview that he did just 4 months ago with Zach Sangs, I think they're going to get him on premeditated charges.
And it's kind of going to click for everybody at the same time. I'm so excited to see what that kind of looks like in real time.
I watched the whole interview so that you guys don't have to, and I'm going to show you the clips that you need to see because these are very eerie, and it is very, very clear here that I believe, in my opinion, that this was all premeditated. What we're witnessing here is David turning a very gruesome crime into a publicly monetized performance. Now, the most recent tour that he just started on July 30th is called the Withered Tour, and that started in California, and this is also the show and the tour where he premiered all of these funeral themes, and that's when he...
Bro, that joint is like... See, and this is why I'm saying, bro, like, again, you would look at the John, like I said earlier, you would look at the scenarios and be like, okay, we can look at the art, the visuals, the representation, music videos, be like, he is not going, he would never do no John like this in real life. This is just, like, you know, obviously for the theatrics, like, this is so, like, duh, people look at this, they're very much entertained, or like, yo, or they could feel the, I don't even want to say it, but, like, the vibe from that shit or whatever, bro. Definitely not no fucking more. But like, I totally, like, understand that shit. But when, again, now an incident like this pops up correlating to him, it's like, yo, do we not just be like it's just, man, like,
he started bringing caskets to each show, and he explains what that means and that this was a project that started in 2023 and ended in 2025.
This is so crazy to me. It went kind of viral, so I'm sure a bunch of you guys know, but remember on TikTok when it was this whole thing about him, like, having this weird thing where, like, people would, like, go in front of caskets at his shows, and for a while people thought it was, like, this sweet thing he was saying people could say goodbye to their loved ones. It was this whole thing. Like, it seemed, like, genuinely wholesome. It was, I thought at the time.
See, like, and that's what I could understand. Like, obviously before any of this incident, any of this information came out, no one's privy to any of this. So, no, there are heads. Definitely them heads in the fucking Discord. Those niggas are definitely we're privy to this shit. But anyway, like, barring off that, yeah, you look at this shit during the time, it's like wholesome. It's like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be the representation of this now, like, and you can clearly see, like, more towards a wholesome vibe. But now, again, this incident comes out, and now you have to view everything in a different perspective, because it's like, whoa, buddy, you done had a lot of connections to this young girly pop, the unreleased song, bro. Like, it's, what is going on, bro? Like, I'm trying to tell you, like,
someone he lost, like his grandma or something, and like that was his way, or he was helping someone else. I always thought that. Like, I thought it was like they were praying for it or something, because I believe this guy was openly Christian. I've seen him talk about like the gospel and stuff, and everything about this guy, at least from what I've seen, has always been wholesome. Like, am I the only one that, like, I've mentioned this before in the last video, I would never claim to be a fan of his. I liked a few of his songs, but like every time I see a TikTok of this dude before up till now, it always seemed wholesome. Like, obviously, yeah, he had the blood on the shirt, but he talked about like how he built his career from the closet, how he made romantic you-know-what from his closet, how he did this, how he did that. It's always wholesome, funny stuff, so it's so weird. It just feels so weird.
Those dates seem to line up with his relationship with Celeste. They met, at least the first public photo of them meeting in person was December of 2023, and we all know that she probably didn't make it to August of...
There is like so, like, I seen heads point this out, like, especially on the Reddit and shit, bro. They were like when I was watching Traveler Ross's video, they were like, he was so just blatantly and like narcissistically flaunting this shit when you think about it. Because yeah, there's the clips where he's trying to like get her out of the camera on the stream and all that shit. But at the same time, there's also like the clip we just seen where the fucking David Epstein list and shit. If you did not want like any of this information to be divulged and to get out and all this shit, why the fuck would you do this? Like, it just makes no fucking sense.
2025. So this is one project that he has been planning. It's been years in the making, okay?
The entire aesthetic of this project is returning to the dust. A rose grows from the dirt and then it also decays back into the dirt. So with this project, the way I made it, the way I'm talking about the themes on this project, the way I'm talking about my emotions and
Yeah, it's just even fucking creepier because, like, yeah, white roses commonly symbolize purity, innocence, and loyalty. And then you got the blood on the white roses, bro. What the fuck?
my feelings, it's all returning to the dirt with this. It's like a entire life cycle. You know?
In a life cycle that connects to the other EPs, possibly Petals to Thorns, and then the Lost Petals.
Yep. It's all a through line. So basically, with Petals to Thorns, I view that.
God, I like just think about this shit even more, bro. And the fucking other, bro. There's the one screenshot like where I believe like Celeste, like, and some of you may know it from the Reddit, bro. Holy fuck, yeah, that shit was fucking horrible. I like reading that shit, dude. I'm like, holy shit. But like, yeah, there was like a one screenshot where so it's like definitely like from Celeste, like you could see she's talking to someone else, has like a pink background on shit, bro, and it's, yeah, I'm not repeating any of that shit, but if you've seen that shit, now looking at this shit saying white roses commonly symbolize purity and innocence, I'm just, god damn it, bro, like what the fuck. Yo, you niggas are fucked, bro. Like, and that's confirmed shit. I'm not even talking about, again, the hypothetical scenario. We figure, like, we were to see if he, like, had taken her life. Just on the factor of, yeah, nigga, you're definitely an EDP, bro. What the fuck?
As my intro, that was my debut, you know? And then with The Lost Petals, it's kind of continuation of that story, and then this is like the ending of.
Then he goes on to talk about the invisible string theory, and then I think that he's mentioning Celeste here. I mean, he's talking about the girl who he's referring to in this song and says that she's no longer in his life.
Off topic, but if the theory, which is very popular right now, is true that he was like, I mean, and there's so much different stuff to look at, but if he's like dropping hints because he somehow wanted everyone to know and like wanted to become like even more famous from this situation or infamous or something, how would
Yeah, I would say this this idea would be fucking moronic. I'm gonna become more famous and infamous, like in this hypothetical scenario. I'm gonna drop hints to become more famous and more infamous by, you know, taking the life, in this hypothetical scenario, of a 15-year-old girl. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I think there's better options for the rollout. I'll tell you right now, I think there's much better options for the rollout.
Attention seeking, like, honestly, do you have to be to do all this? Like, so everyone will dig it up and find out when the girl was discovered. Like, if that theory is true, seriously, how attention craved, and like, dude, you already have enough attention. Like, your song, you have plenty of hits. People always thought you were, like, why do you need extra attention? Like, I mean, honestly, the stuff he's almost like we are digging up, or the internet is dug up, seems so obvious. It seems like he almost had to have planted it. And it's like, how attention seeking do you have to be?
This was 4 months ago.
Album cover, I'm covered in this string, which is representative of the invisible string theory, but throughout the entire project, I wanted everything to feel connected.
Let me go, you know what I'm saying, get a little chat GPT up in this boy, you feel me? Explain invisible string theory. Alright, let's see here. Make this John a little bit bigger. The term invisible string theory can mean different things depending on the context. It isn't a formal scientific theory like string theory in physics, but rather a metaphorical or cultural concept that people use in different ways. Here are the main interpretations: folklore, philosophy, red threaded fate, and East Asian folklore, particularly Chinese, Japanese traditions. The idea is that an invisible red string ties people together who are destined to meet regardless of time, place, or circumstance. The string may stretch or tangle, but it never breaks, often applied to soulmates, deep friendships, or fate-driven connections. Modern adaptations, the idea has been adopted in books, poetry, and even music to symbolize connection, destiny, and unseen bonds between people. For example, the phrase is used to describe how people's lives weave together in ways that seem coincidental, but felt meant to be. That's very interesting, considering he was just saying, apparently in that note to Celeste, that yeah, they're not in the ideal circumstances right now. But I'll keep that in mind. Facts. Let's see here. Metaphorical psychology, psychology, my dumbass. Sometimes described in terms of human connection, synchronicity. Fuck, no, that's not how you say this. Synchronicity. Yeah, there we go. How events or relationships feel tied by an unseen thread. People use it to explain the sensation of everything happens for a reason, or that certain relationships are inevitable. Yeah, this is looking bad, boss. Like this ain't looking good at all, man. And then this is like physics string theory. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah, this ain't looking good at fucking all, bro. Cause brother, who is your soulmate? Who are you meant to be with? Because as far as I'm concerned, and as far as like a lot of other heads are concerned, it was Celeste, and that's a no. But seeing as where this fucking tragedy has gotten to, you thought that boy was a yes. So what the fuck? Yeah.
I want everything to feel holistic and have a through line that everybody could understand. And with the interlude, it's kind of explaining from my perspective how it was taught to me, because that's a real conversation that happened. And the irony of it was that person that was saying, I love you, she's not in my life anymore. So it's like, people say that the string can't be cut and the connection cannot be severed, but I feel like it can sometimes.
Yo, this shit, like, see, this is why I be seeing why them conspiracy theory niggas, them niggas, like, dead ass, the fucking, what's the other words? Conspiracy theories, fucking, like, the niggas that be really getting into the deep dive on, like, forums and shit. I see how these niggas be getting locked into that shit, bro. It's kind of like the brain rot app shit. Like, you see more and more shit, and then you just dive deeper in, because now I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, that shit sounds fucking insane with this context, bro.
And that's why I wanted to put, Afterlife and all these songs that feel like endings and conclusions and goodbyes on the project.
Goodbyes to fucking who?
To kind of solidify that message of this is the end of something, not the beginning.
Then after that, he goes on.
End of what? See, nah, bro, this shit isn't.
To talk about the reoccurring visuals that he wanted to make very easily understandable for his fans, and then says that it's because this has all been one project that is now coming to an end. Now we know that the reoccurring themes are, one, I think white roses represent Celeste because white roses represent innocence.
It is once again so weird, like the casket. Who even?
Yeah, the Hun said it, but like, yeah, that's basically what I was alluding to earlier, bro. That shit is fucked.
Thinks of that. Like, once again, I guess I can't really be talking because I found it wholesome, but like, it's just, I mean, a bunch of people right now on the internet have the nerve to say things like, I never liked David. David was never good. Stop acting like you're better than anyone, dude. No one, there's one person who people on the internet found their comment. We'll get into that soon. They commented about David being with someone that he should not have been because of their age, and now he has like 30,000 followers on TikTok because of it. But like, there was like one or two people that were saying it online, but really no one knew. So stop acting just because you didn't like his music makes you like automatically better than everyone.
They're seen in his romantic comedy video. They're also seen in the anime version of that, silencing one of
They got an anime version of that shit. I'm just thinking about how do I feel about that shit? It's more or less the factor of like, yo, again, because we were talking about this in the last video, like separating the art from the artist, but like, bro, this is like, again, a scenario where I literally cannot fucking do that shit. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. But of course, I'm also privy to the factor. This is some shit that's gonna happen on both sides. You're gonna have the ignorant niggas over like, yo, it was always fuck this nigga, bro. I never liked him, all that shit. And then you're gonna have the diehard G-boys for this nigga that will literally die on the hill of, we're finding out there was a girly pop who died who was in his impounded Tesla. Like, bro, and they're still willing to defend the nigga. It's fucking crazy. So yeah, this is the ignorance you're gonna see from both sides, but it's just really the factor of like, bro, if you didn't like his music, fair. If you did like his music, fair, bro. But all I'm saying is right now we gotta keep looking for more info because shit's looking mixy. We're looking very mixy.
The characters, and then the white roses are also seen on the caskets that he's bringing to these shows that just started in July. Now, along with the reoccurring white rose theme, we also have the theme of this is another reason why I think this is going to go to Premeditated, because a lot of these music videos, including Rehab, which was posted, I believe, 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago, so this is years in the making, depicts him delivering a girl who is wearing a tube top and black pants.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, maybe some people somehow saw something through the music and violence, but let's be honest, it didn't really stick out because a lot of music contains a lot of violence. Like, if we like automatically made some law about every singer who's ever like sung a song about ending someone, then there'd be a lot of people in jail. Like, there'd be a lot of people, like, it's a very common thing to sing about.
I'm about to say, yeah, bro, this is like literally drill music as a whole, bro. If you were gonna get arrested for that shit, literally every drill rapper ever would have been in a jail cell, and that's obviously not the case.
So, I mean, maybe a few people saw it, but like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't blame anyone for not noticing because, once again, it is a very common thing to sing about. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing to sing about, but it's very common for people to use very, very dark topics in their songs. Like, that's very, very, very common. So, for me, at least, that didn't really make him stick out. Like, it was like, oh, he's just making kind of an edgy video. Not even edgy, that's kind of the wrong word for it. More of like, he just likes the dark types of songs. Like, that's a style of music. Okay, that doesn't like make him automatically commit those acts. Like, that's just his music. That's his way of talking.
Which is what the police reported that Celeste was found in, at least the parts of her body that they found in the trunk of his Tesla.
I want to keep having the theme show up visually. That's a big thing for me, especially with Tommy and my alter ego, keeping these concepts and things alive and very visual and easy to understand for the fans, because once they hear the album...
How your alter ego get down? What's your alter ego into? I gotta start asking too many questions. Like,
they hear Invisible String Theory, it's all going to connect. Right now, I'm just explaining it in interviews and explaining it like to the fans at the shows and stuff like that. But
when are you gonna explain, you know, again, tragically, Celeste being found in your fucking impounded Tesla? When are you gonna explain that? I'd love an explanation for that.
Once they hear this interlude and hear the project, it all kind of connects and it's kind of going to click for everybody at the same time. I'm so excited to see what that kind of looks like.
Fans? You mean fans? The things you don't have anymore, dude?
I was about to say, yeah, that shit completely evaporated. This right here is called the process of fucking like rain and all that shit and condensation, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. That boy dried up. Nope, that's gone.
I mean, I wish that were true, but
nah, he still got G-Boys. Like, literally same brain cell for me and Miss Coco Bird, bro. Like, yeah, he still got G-Boys.
Still does have some diehard, very...
Yep.
I think it's a decreasing number for obvious reasons. Like, he's losing followers and stuff, and all the celebrities have unfollowed him for obvious reasons.
I was about to say, yeah, I would imagine.
Everyone's cutting any contact with him. I mean, I would. Like, who wants to have a relationship with this dude? Like, it's gonna ruin yours too at this point.
Like, he right now, like, if we pulled up again, like Oxford's, Webster's, Merriam, or anything right there, and saw PR nightmare, PR disaster, it would be a flick of this nigga. Yeah, it would be a flick of this nigga. Cause yeah, bro, PR nightmare right here, bro. This shit looking never, bro.
It's true. I
wanted you to feel the emotion in this part of the song, not just to repeat the hook, but to say it in a different manner with the same feeling that the first part of it conveyed, which was in the back of my mind, but then you think that I'm going to say you died, but I say I killed you. So it's not like the thought of her is gone by itself.
Wow, he's so cool, guys. He said he switched it. Get it? He switched it. He really got us there with those lyrics. No one's ever done that before. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, sure, he is. Like, just because he's a horrible person doesn't mean, like, I'm going to lie about his songwriting skills. Like, he's very talented, but that doesn't, like, mean anything. Like, people are praising his skills right now. Like, I'm gonna mention this again because it's insane. His song leaked about the girl that, you know...
Yeah, the song, like, Oh Celeste, yeah, that shit just... Even more shit, again, that's just putting more connections on his name. That's what I'm saying. He cannot avoid that. There's no way for him to avoid that shit. But, yeah, like... Shit, fuck it, I'll say it.
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
I'm 14 and this is deep. But, like, again, hypocritical Trilly, second favorite artist of all time. Juice WRLD. I'll take that one to the chin.
Her life is over now, and people are using it as a TikTok trend to, like, show their girlfriend. Like, and then they have the nerve to say things like, we're just separating the art from the artist. And it's like, dude, you're using the song he sang about a girl that's ended the life of.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, I literally can't. Nah, like, with this, especially with, again, the song Oh Celeste, like, he literally has a song about her. Like, bro, about her. I don't know. Really can't remember for shit, as we know. But like, yeah, he literally has a song about her. I'm sorry, at this point, nah, I can't separate the art from the artist with specifically with him, because obviously, in a general sense, yeah, you should be able to separate the art from an artist. Like my best my best example of that is always going to be Mr. West. Kanye. Yeah, bro. Kanye is a fucking dog shit, terrible person. Yeah, fucking unsurfable as hell. But like, am I gonna not listen to fucking Heartbreak, bro? Am I gonna not listen to Graduation? Nigga's crazy. Bro, nigga's crazy, bro. Them shit's literal classics, bro. Nigga's crazy as hell. I can also just, from that, acknowledge that, yeah, man, I'm not a supporter of Kanye, bro. It would, like, in this effort, you can't do that, though, because this just directly correlates, again, like I've been repeating myself, TrillTalksEverything, Trilly repeats everything. I've been saying it entire time. This correlates directly to the incident that has come out and has happened. Like, we gotta sit here and evaluate this shit. Like, there's no way we're just gonna not do that. Like,
dated when she was 15. You cannot use that song and show like your little cutesy relationship, and they have the nerve to use like the I'm obsessed line in it, because you know it's a slideshow and then it says I'm obsessed. It's so out of touch in a way. I don't even know if that's
I was about to say, this is like some real fucking Gen Alpha, Gen Z, like niggas tripping type shit. Like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'll be unk, bro. As long as I can be unk and understand that this is some bullshittery, like, yeah.
the right way to say, because that's usually used for like rich people, but it's so wrong. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, no. I'm seeing this interview of David, you guys, where he's talking about his alter
Oh, it's the Hun Spill Sesh. I didn't even realize. I'm looking like, wait a minute, why does this Hun look familiar? Shout out, Hun.
ego. He has this alter ego, Atami, that commits murder, and he is explaining it in an interview.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I literally was asking, like, yo, what the fuck? I said this like not even a minute or two ago. I'm like, yo, what's up with your alter ego, bro? How he get down? Hold on. We got really tapped in with Hun.
Oh, no. I'm seeing this interview of David, you guys, where he's talking about his alter ego. He has this alter ego, Atami, that commits murder, and he is explaining it in an interview, saying that, like, the alter ego is...
I saw that, John. Never mind. Couldn't hold in the sneeze. I ain't gonna lie. Almost died off that boy. Anyway, Hun, please continue.
Is committing these murders. He has to, like, solve and stuff, like...
Make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Tommy.
So theoretically, half of...
Yeah, I'm still asking how Tommy get down in real life, though. Like, I'm really trying to figure that out, because as far as I'm concerned, Tommy might have been around.
Of him committed that horrific act, and the other half is a hero that is like solving it through explaining why he did it. Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, nah, I'm sorry. If you take again an innocent life, you are in no way a hero. Like, you can like be remorseful and acknowledge that, yeah, man, your actions were bad, and obviously condemn them, but yeah, you are no hero from there on. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way in hell.
This guy is kind of confusing in a way. Like, his mind works in a way that many does not. Let's put it that way. This is definitely an interesting situation, because it's so hard to understand. Like, there's so many different weird things that connect together, and it kind of makes no sense.
Honor, the body in the back of my car has nothing to do with me. Does the name Celeste ring a bell, Mr. David? Oh, so you found out her name and everything. Yeah, and we also found out you have an unreleased song named Celeste. That is a very common name, Your Honor. The lyrics have nothing to do. In the song you state, if you run too far, I will put you in the back of my car. That's not...
I didn't even know that was one of the specific bars in the shit. That is fucking crazy. And that's in the unreleased Oh Celeste song. Oh my god, this nigga's fried.
Even how it goes, lawyer, you're supposed to back me up here. Her mom said she was dating a guy named David, buddy. I can't really help you. Oh, she was dating a guy named David. There's a million Davids in this country.
I'm gonna be honest, it is kind of nice to see some parts of the internet come together and try to help.
I mean, like, yeah, obviously, yeah, there are like millions of Davids in this country. But David, the David that is D4vd, why are you sitting next to a girly pop that in a lot of these pictures are looking exactly like the girly pop that was missing for a year? Who also happens to be named Celeste, you know, the same girly pop that again was found in this tragic situation in which she was found in the front of this fucking, what's it called? What's this shit called? A front of his Tesla? What's up with this? Again, there's correlations, like, you know what I mean? But obviously, yo, the person making the video is satire. But, like, yeah, there's no way he could play that plausible deniability. Like, what?
Like, dig up stuff. And not everyone involved, like, on the internet trying to, like, talk about the situation is doing it for, like, out of the goodness of their heart. Some of them are, like, making jokes out of it or using it for trends and stuff. But, like, some people genuinely are really, like, seem to be really helping. Like, they're digging up, like, genuinely stuff that could be used as evidence in court. So to the people that are...
Yeah, like, the heads on the court, again, D4D or D4vd, what's the name? 2, bro. Like, the new not Discord, the new fuck... I said court, my dumbass. The niggas with the new Reddit, the new subreddit, D4vd, too. Yeah, nah, they been finding mad shit. Like, yo, they really been like, yo, finding all like this new updates and new info. Like when I be watching Trap Lord Ross with his updates on the David situation, like, yo, he just in the D4vd server, just checking that John out, cause yo, yeah, they just been dropping like hella Johns on this, and yeah, they've been connecting a lot of dots.
Actually, like, helping, like, genuinely thank you for taking your time to help solve this girl's case.
Not with a matching tattoo to the victim. They didn't get rid of the finger. That is a very common tattoo, Your Honor. Rihanna has the same one. The #1 song ever released is called Romantic Homicide, Mr. David. Well, yeah, I do see the confusion here, but in the song it says, in the back of my mind, not in the back of my car. I would never hurt a 15-year-old. How do you know her age, David? Nobody is... Set her age. I don't care how long it takes. Save your tears. 7 years. What is wrong with you, man? Oh my gosh, I actually might become a Netflix documentary. Really just hope this is all a coincidence, man. He makes too many bangers to stop.
Is it crazy that the likelihood of that is actually, like, honestly pretty high in this day and age, that this might get turned into a Netflix doc?
Listening to it all.
I think this guy does a great job summarizing it, and he kind of talks about a Netflix documentary, and I think he's talking about the comments under, like, TikTok videos, and this is, like, a pet peeve of mine. It's probably kind of annoying, but, like, genuinely, the people that comment that stuff and get, like, hundreds of, no, not hundreds, but, like, 10,000 likes on it, being like, guys, smile, we're gonna be in a Netflix documentary. It's like, dude, that's, like, this isn't a show. Like, I know that, like, this just seems so disgusting.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I could see how this would end up being a Netflix doc, because again, they're making Netflix docs for everything. Like for these shows, obviously they made a Netflix doc for Diddy. Yo, yeah, did y'all see? I know the girly pop.
Girly pop.
Piper Raquel and the, you know what I'm saying, the doc with her mother, all the different type of y'all. Like, yeah, they be making like these shows all the time. But for this, like, and especially because this is like, you know, saying like a Gen Z thing, and obviously they're focusing on media, I could see how in a scenario this could become like this whole like case once it's like all obviously divulged out. Like, you know, they obviously see what result of this if David goes to jail, all this different type of jail. Yeah, you fucking definitely should. Once all that passes by, I can see how they could turn this into a doc. But obviously, like the Miss Coco Bird is saying, exactly why I was fucking side. Like, yeah, this shit is not a show at the end of the day. Like, I know, say all the time, CDST, commentary, drama, slop, and tea, but at the end of the day, it's not like a slop or anything like that. Because, again, #1 priority thing, a innocent 15-year-old young girly pop lost her life, obviously with a motherfucker she should not have been with, fucking, you know what I'm saying, obviously in a scenario where she ran away. Like, you don't want any of these things to be happening, especially not to, you know what I'm saying, jits who, what do we say all the time, especially around here, jits, you gotta give them TLC, make sure, you know what I'm saying, obviously grow up loved, all this type of be, you know, in the best scenarios possible. And obviously, as we're seeing, she was not in that.
That's like someone's life was tragically ended. Like, stop acting like it's a movie and it's like this fun little action movie or something. Like, this is serious. This isn't a joke. Can we please act maturely in a situation that needs maturity? Like, it's just, I feel like people just cannot act mature. Like, and there's already people making joke videos on YouTube making fun of the victim. There's so much annoying stuff going on. When stuff like this blows up, it's just annoying to see people insult the victim.
So David's home was raided. They found bags of evidence, and they also seized his computer. Now, I'm just waiting for when he's gonna get arrested, because I feel like this has been going on
again, same,
for way too long. She was found on the 8th. It is now the 21st. So when are you gonna get arrested if you're literally raiding his house and thinking of him as a suspect now at this point in the investigation? Because I feel like there's no doubt in anyone's mind at this point that he did it.
You do need,
honestly, girly pop.
Girly pop.
I'm with Hun, because honestly, like, again, in my opinion, yes, yeah, at the very least, again, like, keep saying innocent until proven guilty. But like, if we're going on base opinion, bro, it's got, bro. Wrong way, hold on. Is the mic off the screen? Yeah, I can't even be seeing, bro. Big ass mic, but like, bro. Wrong way. This motherfucker, bro. Nah. He know a lot of shit. And in specific, he might know who did it. So yeah. We need to definitely take him to the interrogation room, and I mean, buddy, ASAP. Again. Swear.
need very specific stuff to arrest someone. It can't just be song lyrics, so that could be why. Maybe they're speculating someone else he hired, someone else that really like supposedly wanted to do something for him. Who knows? It could not have been his own hands just saying they committed the act. Who knows? We don't know for sure. Again, because I am pretty sure that song lyrics cannot be used in court against people. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that is like a thing.
Nope, that's incorrect. Yeah, some of these Johns, like some of these RICO cases, like, yeah, they're starting to use some of these lyrics.
You do need pretty specific stuff, so maybe they literally cannot arrest him. Who knows? Maybe it's something with his money. There's so many different theories you could come up with this. I really can't make you believe something. You're gonna have to come up with your own until we really find out the truth. One thought to add is that people are speculating that she was pregnant at the time, and that could have been a motive for why he committed the act.
Ooh.
And possibly that leads to another victim, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Obviously, we have not seen much come out at this, so this possibly...
Like, in again, like, the scenario that Celeste was pregnant, yeah, this nigga was, and just basically still, obviously, is fucked. Like, bro, like, oh my god, bro.
Could not be true. People are
Like,
also speculating he may have it planned if he committed
keep
this act.
thinking of more scenarios, like, bro, like, this nigga, I don't know what the fuck this nigga was truly thinking in his head. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is truly on psychopathy level, because it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, there's no way you wanted to be a famous singer-songwriter and you thought all of this shit was cool and you was about to slide through and nothing was wrong. The hell? Like, bro, do these niggas just think PR and optics don't fucking matter? Like, I really be, like, thinking about this sometimes. Like, obviously, I'm not telling heads, bro, to be like,
Let's up those numbers!
Up those numbers! You gotta be like Chillywig, fucking Jellywig, bro, and try to make it so everybody likes you and be the most, like, brand safe fucking, you know what I'm saying, you know, what the fuck did Hassan say, bro? Oh, yeah, like, you have the most balanced take, bro, fucking, you know, golden retriever ass fucking takes, you know what I'm saying? And, like basically, what they also say this shit about, like, fucking Charlie. Oh, yeah, like, the fence sitter shit, all this different jump, bro. I'm not saying that, but, bro, like, you gotta play your optics better, bro. You gotta know when to just not do some fucking heinous, abhorrent bullshittery, bro. Like, you just gotta... Yeah, it just keeps getting
He may have planned to have more victims in the future. There's so many different stuff going around, but that is something that people have been speculating.
Like, he did do it. There's no doubt that he did. So when are you going to arrest him? Because I feel like if you're authorities, you have to know that, like, there's too much linking them together for it to be coincidental at this point. The only part of this that's making me worry that he's going to get away with it is the fact that you can't legally use music in court as evidence. Like, they could play Celeste, the unreleased song that he has about her, and the defense could just pull, it's just a song, though. Like, you can't use that as evidence. Because all they have right now is definitive proof that they were together. And, like, that's the only evidence that they have, is that they were together, and they were linked. The only proof that we have right now is that he dated him, and now she's dead. But he should be apprehended for that anyway, because that's a crime. So I don't know why he's not in custody.
Like, no, the reason he should be apprehended is because, again, they found, like, obviously, again, the body of the girly pop in the Tesla that was impounded, that was signed, again, under him. Like, like, the body was found in a car that was signed to you. That already fucking immediately should make you a suspect and make you someone, like, a person of interest and all that type of shit. Because at the very least, why was this body found in your car? Like, if we're barring everything, if we're barring the connections, if we're barring, like, obviously her being underage and him obviously, you know, being involved with her, that's disgusting. Like, we're barring, obviously, taking out, like, if, like, not going under a scenario that, like, he was the one that took her life. Why was her dismembered body found in your Tesla? Why? For some, like, this, in some way, well, obviously the way is because this is his car, but, like, in some way, you have to be involved in this because she was found in your Tesla. Like,
there could be many reasons, but one may be money. That is something we do not consider. That could be something, maybe it's fear of, like, a lawsuit. Who knows? There's many different speculations obviously going around. Once again, you do need very specific stuff to arrest someone. They possibly don't have that. Who knows? He was on tour, which kind of gives him some, like, I wasn't there at the moment. How could I have committed this act? There's so many different things, and this is probably just going to take a while for them to unravel.
Yeah. No, somebody needs to go and arrest him right now, because that's not okay. He was so obsessed with her to the point that it was scary. Like, he literally found a girl that looked exactly like her for every music video, and he also found another Celeste that also looked like her, with the same name. Okay, That's kind of scary that he was that obsessed with her to go to lengths to look for people that looked like her. I feel like there's going to be an update tomorrow because every day there seems to be a new update about this case.
Literally.
It comes out like clockwork, but not from
Quite literally.
the authorities, from TikTok. So
Not from YouTube for me.
I'll update you guys tomorrow.
So yes, there was a ton of stuff to unpack in this video. I don't know if I'll make another one. It depends if there's any major updates. It depends overall on a lot of different things. But yes, there was a lot of insane stuff we got into in this video. And of course, there's so much more, but I just simply can't cover it all. Like, there's just too much stuff to cover. But this is the stuff I found mainly most important. The family, how they have reacted to it. So many different things. Reminder not to harass the family. Please do not message them anything. Do not bother them. There's a lot of rumors, negative rumors going around about them. Some positive ones, but a lot of negative ones. Do not harass them over those rumors. Those are just rumors. Do not harass them. We'll see when the evidence comes out. Like,
and like, yeah, this is the joint I was saying earlier, like, off basis. Obviously, yo, like, let the parents mourn. They lost, like, your young girly pop child. Like, yo, come on, man. Like, obviously more information will come out, and obviously, yo, how everything has lined up in the timeline of how these events have, like, unfolded will be there once, obviously, more information, like, especially within the official investigation that comes out.
Overall, we'll see. Like, go with the facts. Don't go with what some random TikToker says about it. Don't take that for a fact. Do not harass someone over what some random TikToker takes. Remember that everything is speculation. Don't say anything that can defame you in a way. Not defame you, but you know what I mean. Like, don't say anything that can get you in legal trouble later. Something dumb, like don't accuse him of something. Who knows? Rich people with wealth can get away with things, so we'll never really know. But yeah, it's definitely very, very disturbing, and it makes me kind of sad. Going through his TikToks is very unsettling. Like, all the laboo-boos and all the 6-7 videos.
Oh yeah, like how he was throwing all the laboo-boos and shit off the stage.
Videos he made and stuff. It's like, how could you do this at a time?
Like, that's what I'm saying. And that shit, like, was another thing that made me realize how fucking, like, crazy this nigga must be. Because, again, the body of this 15-year-old girl is sitting in the front of your Tesla, and you're out here throwing fucking laboo-boos off the stage. Like, this shit is all ditzy and cutesy. Like, my nigga, what the fuck, bro?
I'm like this, dude. How can you function like this normally? Very, very strange. So yeah, this video was definitely an interesting thing to make. I hope you guys got some interesting info out of it. I hope this kind of cleared your mind on this type of stuff. I hope you finally got the information you needed from this. A lot of you guys have been asking for some videos on this. So here you go, and I will see you in the next one. And yeah, bye.
You already know. You seen it here. Shout out to Hun, Miss Coco Bud, Miss Coco's Krazi. That was David D4vd is desperately deleting everything. Celeste was pregnant. Oh, jeez, again, reading that shit. Of course, if you guys would like to watch the OG video about the Hun Miss Coco's Krazi, the Hun Miss Coco Bud, down in the description, first link, share the love, of course, with Hun. I'm like, jeez, can't even do the heart out here? Because she cooks up every time, I ain't gonna lie. Straight 3-star Michelin meals. But as far as final opinions and conjecture goes, obviously within just the whole David situation, again, it's RIP for Celeste, and obviously need to share love with her family, because within heads saying that they need to go to jail and all that, yeah, not koosh. We need to obviously let them mourn and from this, you know, especially let the investigation process go through for them. As we were seeing in the beginning of this a little bit, we're starting to get, like, or they're starting to get some more information, and more things obviously will be clarified soon. So just let that process go on, and from that, yeah, let her parents mourn. They lost one of their children. Like, just crazy. But as far as David goes, yeah, it just looks more and more fucked for this nigga, because again, like, more and more shit keeps coming out that shows more and more and more and more and more and more connection between him and Celeste. And you know what that means for him? He's fucked royally. But again, this is what happens when you do this weird ass fucking shit and you put the life of a young girly pop especially at risk, especially in major duress and all that, when from that note, as we seen, last thing I'll say, it seems as though she wanted to go back to her mother and sister and was not comfortable. And as you were seeing, David, again, if that note is to be officially from him and all that, it was not the ideal situation. And boy, I'll tell you, was it not. So god damn it. But yeah, obviously, like the Hun Miss Coco's Crazy said, if there's more information that comes out about this, especially hefty updates to this, we will of course be covering it here. But with that, again, share the love with the Hun Miss Coco's Crazy, and I'll be catching you on the flip, baby. Peace.
Thank you.